No acts of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. You can simply be walking down the hallway and smile at someone and make their day. When Megan and I first began our project, we wanted to take this into consideration that acts of kindness can make a difference. We first visited Lone Peak Hospital and we talked to the receptionist about the ideas of what we could do for volunteer work and what options they had. And unfortunately, at Lone Peak Hospital, they had no volunteering options, so that's when Megan and I, later that week, went to Riverton Hospital. Riverton Hospital had a ton of options and a ton of things that matched our goals perfectly. So we decided to look more into it, and when we looked more into it, we figured out that because of planning and scheduling and age requirements, we couldn't complete the volunteering options. So then we went back to brainstorming and we decided that we were going to do a more scaled down project and a more easier project to help the same amount of people but make it less demand. When I was 8 years old, I went into surgery because of my leg, and the vivid thing I remember from that experience is that I stayed overnight and I received a blanket, and this blanket was donated to the hospital, and when I received that blanket, it helped my process be more comforting and more relaxed and easygoing. The blanket made the hospital feel more homey. And so a few years later, I was doing a service project, and that service project revolved around making blankets again. And so when I was doing this project, it reminded me of that experience when I was 8 years old. So when Megan and I wanted to do our project, I told her the story and we took that into consideration of doing volunteer work. So we reached out to a child's life specialist. A child's life specialist is someone who works with children before their procedure and helps them through the process. And so when me and Megan were taking into consideration what to do, we decided to contact her, and she recommended we would make dolls or we would make marker stands. And because of our resources, Megan's grandpa has a wood shop, so we decided to make these marker stands. And so these marker stands we made them out of a big long piece of wood, and we cut the wood into 8 different sections, and then we sanded the corners for them to be less sharp, and then we took a rotor cutter and cut the top of this for a more shape of the block, and then we drilled 8 separate holes into the block to fit the markers and to fit the marker caps in them. And so then a week later, we painted the blocks and added little designs on them to help create a more kid-friendly feel to it. And then once these dried, we glued the marker caps in. And so that was how we made the wood blocks, and they turned out really well. And probably one of the easiest part of the project was painting the blocks, and because painting and shaping the blocks were easy because we had a prototype the specialist gave us, and that made things a lot easier. One of the hardest things was finding a specific project to do because of all the obstacles we ran into and all of the problems we had with trying to scale down our project. So overall, this project was a great success, and it motivated me to do more volunteer work and help around my community.